Hello traders, this is Alexander from the Forex Authority and the FX Model software. Let's recap the Euro-Yen on the 15-minute charts using the Forex Model, and we'll go through all of the week and we'll summarize it at the end of the week, and we'll also break it up into two different time zones, into the European time zone and also the North American time zone, just so we can see how you may have been able to trade this and also have some sleeping hours. So the week started off in the European session with a super blue buy signal as indicated by this dot right here, and the market moved against the position and we were stopped out for a minus 75 pips. Stops would have been placed below the last previous structure low here for a minus 75. We had a white dot, which is a buy dot because it's on the bottom, it's below the candle, and stops were placed. There was no previous structure to the left. Well, there was, but way down. So stops in that situation get placed based on 3 times the ATR, and we were not stopped out here. But after 10 bars, which is what we call the graceful exit, after 10 bars, we exited the position for a minus 6 pips. And the next trade to signal was a sell with trend dot, and that occurred at 9:45 Eastern Standard Time, which was available for both anyone in the European area, in the European time zone, and also for North American traders. And that marched down very nicely with opportunities to trail stops and an exit on a MACD cross for 165 pips. That ended the day, and we moved into the Asian session, and so we move on to the next opportunity. Actually was this dot right here. This still occurred in the Asian session. This dot right here, which was a super dot sell, and with a correlation for the higher time frame trending down and also the lower time frame that we're looking at, the 15-minute charts trending down. So we took that trade, and unfortunately it moved against our position and we were stopped out. Stops were placed above the last structure, and we lost 90 pips on that one. The next dot to signal was a super gray dot, and this is again selling with the higher time frame, and the trend of the higher time frame is still down. We took this dot and exited on this opposite dot right here for 75 pips. And this was an opportunity to stop and reverse. This occurred at 10 a.m. Eastern, and this stop and reverse sputtered out and went nowhere, and after 10 bars we exited the position for a minus 11 pips on the close of the 10th bar. Then we had a red sell with trend dot appear, and both European time zone, actually this was only for North American traders. By then the European traders had packed it in for the for their evening and sleep time, and we had a sell, and we got 72 pips out of that with an exit on a white dot right there. That was the end of the session for North American traders, and we moved on, and the next possible trade was this white dot right here, which occurred at 7 a.m. Eastern. This went definitely against our position, and we were stopped out for minus 66 pips. With a good opportunity, I'll shrink the charts down here, a good opportunity to buy on a gray dot, and gray dots require structure to the left, and they also require the RSI indicator to be oversold or overbought, and in this case it was. And if you took that trade, you exited on the opposite dot, and we'll zoom in again on that, and you exited on the next opposite dot for 20 pips right there. This was not a valid dot right here, and so we're going to just keep moving onwards. The next possible trade that occurred in the European time zone was this red dot right here, and it was a sell with trend dot, and you can definitely see we're in a trending downwards market. Took that trade and exited on an opposite dot for 89 pips. This was not a qualified dot for a stop and reverse. We had no divergence, we had no structure, and we're definitely in a trending down market, so that dot would not have been taken. And the next opportunity to enter the market was again a sell with trend with an exit on an opposite dot here for 30 pips. Both European and North American traders were able to participate in that last trade right there. We had a stop and reverse on the white dot and an exit on this dot right here for 16 pips. At this point, North American traders would have stopped and reversed on this dot right here. So you entered as a buy here and a sell here. And we had a confirming dot, but unfortunately this went against our position and you were stopped out for minus 87 pips. The next valid dot for both European and North American traders was this reversal dot right here, or the super blue buy dot. We exited that position at 12:15 Eastern today, 432 pips. And the market continues to move upwards. And let's just recap how that entire week went for European time zone traders. They pulled in 192 pips. North American traders, 340 pips. They did quite nicely this week. And if you traded both European and North American trades, your total pips were 264. So we round out this week with a very nice week, and the Forex model continues to do quite well in all four currency pairs on the 15-minute charts. I hope you have a look around the site and enjoy the rest of the videos. On behalf of the Forex Authority, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this video. And if you'd like to visit our website, please do so at www.forexauthority.com.